Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will go over the multimeter or voltmeter. Whether you are a hobbyist or just want to troubleshoot things around the home, the multimeter is a powerful tool to have in your toolbox. A multimeter can range in price from a few dollars to several $100s. Get the one you think suits your purpose. If you are serious and intend to dig deeper into electrical or electronic devices, get the best meter you can afford. If you just want to troubleshoot devices around the house, an inexpensive one will do. The better the meter, the better the measurement. In this video, I'll go over the basic functions. I'll discuss more advanced uses in another video, but this will get you started. Most meters today have a dial to choose the function. Some use buttons for selection. The function is the same either way. Mine has a dial selector, so that is what I will be using in this tutorial. First up on the dial is the V with a curved line on top. This is the AC voltage selection. Let's start with this one first and go around the dial. This setting measures AC voltage, the type of voltage the outlets in your home provide. The voltage reading will be in RMS or root mean square. I won't go into detail on RMS theory. Just be aware there is AC peak to peak and RMS. Most meters measure AC in RMS. Notice I already have a reading on my meter. This is residual voltage, voltage in the air from your PC or lamp. There are two probes, one red, positive lead, and one black, ground or common. Okay, let's take a measurement. I'll use a standard household outlet. There are 3 slots, a large one. This is the common. A smaller one, this is the hot, and the earth ground. Take the black probe, the common, and insert it into the large slot. We start with the common first because if you insert into the hot line first, the black probe can become energized and could shock you. I certainly don't want that to happen. Don't be concerned with what the meter reads at this point. Now take the red probe and insert it into the smaller slot. You should now have a reading on your meter. I have 122 volts. Your reading may be different and can range from 110 volts to 130 volts. In household wiring, the common is the white wire, hot is black, and the ground is green. If you were to remove the outlet, that is what you would see. Please never remove a live outlet. Next on the dial is DC volts. This setting lets you measure DC or direct current voltage, like a car battery or any type of DC voltage. For this example, I'll use a AA battery. Take the black probe and hold it to the negative end of the battery. Then take the red probe and touch it to the positive side of the battery. A AA battery should read 1.5 volts when good. This is an alkaline battery and reads 1.6 volts, so it is fresh. Anything lower than 1.5 volts means the battery is weak. Up next on the selection is millivolts. Millivolts is used to measure very small voltages, such as those used in electronic devices. The casual user will never use this setting. A technician or engineer will use it a lot. I will not go into detail on this setting in this video because I'm making this for the people wanting to learn the basics. Now we come to a very useful function, ohms. An ohm is a measurement of resistance. With this function, the conductivity of a cable, wire, or switch can be measured. Just to name a few, let's select it on the dial and see how it works. Notice, when we select ohms, the meter reads OL. This means the circuit is open or not conducting. Now touch the probes together. The meter reads almost 0, indicating a short. Notice that the reading is not quite 0. Why? Everything has resistance. The meter is measuring the resistance in the probe wires, but rest assured, it is a short. How is this useful, you may ask? Here I have a common household switch. Let's see if it is good. I'll start with the switch in the off position. Touch the probes to the screw terminals of the switch. Polarity of the probes does not matter in the ohm mode. The reading is OL, the switch is off. Now I'll turn the switch on. Again, touch the probes to the terminals. The meter reads near 0 ohms. This switch is good. Now, here is a common household outlet. There are two slots, a wider one. This is the common, and the screw terminal for that slot on the side. Next is smaller slot. This is the hot side and the screw terminal for this slot. Let's see if this outlet is good. First, place a probe in the small slot. It does not matter which slot you start with. I just chose this one first. Now take the other probe and touch it to the terminal screw. If the outlet is good, the meter will read near 0. Now let's repeat this process for the wide slot. Again, the meter should read near 0. This outlet works. Notice I had a little trouble getting a good reading. It can be tricky getting the probes just right in the outlet, and this outlet is old, but it does have continuity. If the outlet you measure does not have a very low reading, say below 2, or if you have any doubts, don't use it. Also, never ever try to measure resistance with the outlet connected. You will damage the meter, and possibly yourself. Next on the dial is ohms with audio. This is a very handy setting. It allows you to measure continuity without looking at the meter. Many times this came in handy. I'll go back to the switch I used before. I have the meter probe screwed down to the switch terminals for convenience. I'll start out with the switch in the off position. When I turn the switch on, not only do we see a reading on the meter, but we get a tone. This tone means I have continuity. Let's try the audio function with the outlet. This is handy because I don't need to see the meter to know I have continuity. Next, I'll measure a cable. This is an audio cable I use for one of my microphones. I can not only determine the cable is good, but also how it is wired. The multimeter is a very handy tool for the home troubleshooter and electronic hobbyist. It is essential for the professional. The very last function on the dial is amperage. This is a very tricky measurement and should be left to a professional, so I will not be covering it in this video. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe. There will be more tutorials coming, and if you would like to see a tutorial on an electronic or electrical subject, leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do.